Hello, Atlanta Falcons fans. Today we have some exclusive news that you can't miss. So get ready because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Atlanta Falcons. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to those who are most passionate about the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. Buccaneers could steal a key player from the Falcons in free agency. As the offseason heats up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a long list of things to address when the new league year begins. Fixing a defense that underperformed last year is near the top, especially when it comes to a pass rush that left a lot to be desired. Tampa Bay has already been linked to some big names, with Myles Garrett requesting a trade from Cleveland, making the Buccaneers a natural fit for those best landing spots lists we see every offseason. Joey Bosa is expected to be released by the Chargers. Micah Parsons could be on his way out in Dallas, and Max Crosby's situation is worth monitoring in Las Vegas. Buccaneers expected to sign Matthew Judon from the Falcons. USA Today's Jake Kamenker previewed potential targets for each team and got the Bucs to make a move on Matthew Judon. This is notable for two reasons, as it not only helps address the pass rush issues, but also weakens a division rival. Judon is coming off one of the worst seasons of his career, as he generated just 4.5 sacks and 25 pressures. However, he was traded to the Falcons just a month before the regular season, so perhaps the Buccaneers could sell on him, recapturing his form with a full offseason in Todd Bowles' system. Kamenker wrote, Spotrac has Judon's market value at around $4.2 million, which is pretty close to where the Bucs could be looking at a bargain. Honestly, no expense should be spared in trying to fix what was an abysmal pass rush situation last year, but Judon offers a best-of-both-worlds scenario. He may be coming off one of his worst seasons, but it puts the kind of chip on his shoulder that would make him a perfect fit in the Tampa Bay locker room. A core part of the team's identity is having an us-against-the-world mentality, and proving people wrong has become a bit of a staple. Whether it's Baker Mayfield silencing his critics or the Bucs winning the NFC South for the fourth straight year despite being picked to regress, it seems like all Tampa Bay does is bounce back with a fire in their belly. Judon's best years may be behind him, but it's hard to believe he doesn't have anything left in the tank. Coming to the Bucs on a one-year deal could be a perfect scenario for Tampa Bay to land a resurgent Judon as he prepares for a big payday in 2026. There's an inherent risk involved, and one could argue that there's a long list of other pass rushers the Bucs should target before Judon. He ticks a lot of boxes, however, and could be one to keep an eye on as free agency approaches. Falcons named best fit for $58 million projected CB. The Atlanta Falcons hired Jeff Ulbrich as their defensive coordinator in hopes of getting more out of the team's recent defensive draft picks. But another potential early impact Ulbrich could have is in free agency. Many NFL experts have pegged the Falcons as a potential landing spot for veteran defensive backs from the New York Jets defense. Ulbrich was previously the Jets' defensive coordinator from 2021 to 24. Veteran cornerback DJ Reed is one such former Jets defensive back who could potentially follow Ulbrich to Atlanta. On February 20th, USA Today's Tyler Dragon named the Falcons as the top option for Reed in NFL free agency. Reed is in his prime at 28. The cornerback is a bit undersized at 5 feet 9 inches, but he has good coverage skills. He allowed a 57% completion percentage and 2 touchdowns when targeted during the 2024 NFL season, Dragon wrote. Reed could reunite with former Jets defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich in Atlanta. The Falcons' new DC is well-versed in Reed's skill set. In each of the last 4 seasons under Ulbrich, the Jets' defense has finished in the top 5 in yards allowed. So it would be smart for the Falcons to consider bringing in any defenders Ulbrich previously worked with in New York. Atlanta ranked 23rd in yards allowed and 23rd in points allowed last season. Reed could be particularly useful in coverage. The Falcons rank 22nd in passing yards allowed and 31st in passing touchdowns allowed through 2024. Reed posted 11 pass defenses while starting 14 games in New York last season. He has started 46 contests in Ulbrich's system over the past 3 years. The 28-year-old began his career as a 5th-round pick by the San Francisco 49ers. Spotrac projected him to be worth $58.6 million on a 4-year deal this offseason. That would give Reed an average annual salary of about $14.7 million. The Falcons are in a precarious salary cap situation this offseason, so it could be tough for Atlanta to sign Reed. But if he's affordable, he could help the Falcons start replacing cornerbacks Mike Hughes, Antonio Hamilton, and Kevin King, all of whom are unrestricted free agents in March. Falcons on SI's Daniel Flick identified Reed as a potential free agent target for the Falcons in January. Flick also cited Ulbrich's relationship with the veteran cornerback as a reason he could be a great fit in Atlanta. "I love DJ to death," Ulbrich said of Reed in December. "He's a guy who represents everything we believe in here, the way he plays. The style of play is competitive, tough, scrappy.